Welcome back to Stay Lifted Gauntlet interview show. Today we have Rylan coming from the Sudbury area. He's a comedian, he produces shows, he was a teacher, and he's going to tell us a lot about himself today. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So we're going to we always jump right in as soon as we can. Your tray is your ashtray.
Okay.
This is our first joint episode, so I'm really excited. We're going up to the top right, which is from Mad Dad Labs. This is their new Pink Coast. Mad Dabs is one of the company that we have on here quite a bit. They're really tasty, really high-end, gassy stuff. So,
okay.
Cheers. And
Start off with the indica, eh?
Yeah, we're not trying to get a level high. This is pretty much start here and just go up.
Okay.
Now, you're from Northern Ontario, which I myself am from Espanola, so nice to have a fellow Northerner on. What was it like growing up? I imagine you started out trying to be funny young, or you realized you were funny young. What's it like trying to be funny up north?
Yeah, I didn't even really get to do comedy till I was I'm gonna say 22, because there was just nothing when I was, you know what I mean? We're gonna do it at the motel, at the bowling alley. Yeah. So I don't know, it was pretty hard. So it all started when I was just in Sudbury at an open mic, and I was all being just cocky, be like, oh, I can do better than these guys. And then my friend calls the post over. He's like, this guy wants to do it next month. Then I was like, yeah, I'll do it. No big deal. We've been going pretty good from there.
Would you go out there like a tight 2 or or did you come out there prepared with 5 minutes of material?
My first set was probably my first 3 were really good, and then after that it was just downhill for 3 years.
Oh, damn.
But it was okay. I always try to get new stuff. So your first couple shows, you have an infinite reservoir of 20 years of memories. Then after that, it's just what happened last week.
What do I write about now? Yeah, what's next to write about? A common problem in music too. We have to keep experiencing, not just performing and writing. Right? We have to refuel the creative well.
Yeah.
All right, so our next cannabis is coming from Chronic Connection. It is pre-rolled Purple Kush. It is the white. So you've performed in Ontario, Detroit, London, Amsterdam.
Yeah.
What's been your furthest gig, and what was your favorite gig?
Okay, so furthest was Amsterdam, and that was really fun. I actually did pretty well. It was just a regular open mic, 15 comedians or so. I did okay,
How'd you get that far on an open mic?
My friend wanted to go to the World Beard and Mustache Growing Championships, and I have a beard and a lot of free time, and he's like, oh, I get a real good deal on tickets. I get a real good deal, come for the company. So I do. Shout out to my buddy Jesse. So yeah, I went there, and I was the first time we went to Texas, and then 2 years later, it was in Belgium. So we did a little went to London, went to Amsterdam, and then went to Belgium. And
oh, fantastic!
Good little trip, and so
tied vacation into some work as well, some networking in the comedy.
So yeah, my favorite show was a couple nights before that in London. The real London in England, not the one everyone's yeah, I did a show in London. They're no big deal. I'm no, real London, yeah. But B.A. Johnson, he must have played the Fox at my
show. Oh yeah. Very, very fun.
That was the first show I got booked for sure. That was my first overseas show, because I just buy a lot of merch off him. I'm just a fan. And I was just yo, we're gonna be in London at the same time as you. Can we see? Yeah. He's yeah. He's can I? I was can I open for you? And he's okay, what venue, whatever. And I'm I was yeah, I can swing that. It was awesome. Terrible. It was my worst gig ever. It was a bunch of punk fans.
Oh, yeah.
And they didn't want to see a comedian in between a punk band, B.A. Johnson, and then a really, really heavy, hard punk band. They did not want to see me at all,
It seems perfect warm-up, though, for B.A.
It was great. Yeah, I set the table. 2 guys were laughing in the back. One was from Canada, so we were talking before, and everyone else was just what the fuck is this?
That seems like a genuine genius method for BA to continue.
But they love BA. I don't get it.
Back in the day, Andrew Dice Clay used to open up for rock stars. Chris Rock toured with Buster Rhymes opening up for him, and so They're intrinsically tied together. So, what's your favorite amount of comedians to have on a bill?
Oh yeah. See, when I do local shows with all local comedians, I like to have like a more larger number, and then just like, guys, focus on your best 5, best 8 minutes, and try and crush it.
Yeah.
You know. But when I have guys from like out of town, seasoned veterans, like Sudbury's a very small community, right? They've seen us before. Guys, do your 5, warm them up, get off. Let that guy do 45 because he's been doing it for 20 years. You know what I mean? So
yes, the material and the guaranteed laugh.
So I just try and it's like an individual show basis, depending on your roster at the time. You just got to try and be, try and be fair to everyone, but also keep in mind with the best, like what's best for the show, you know. But honestly, if someone's driving like 3 hours up from Toronto to do show in Sudbury, like you better let them. Like you're not giving them the light unless they really suck.
Yeah,
like,
no hook at 5 minutes. Like, if you get 7.5, well, we forgive it.
Yeah, no, most of them can do like an actual headlining set, and like it's just kind of hard to do that in Sudbury because we just don't have like the opportunities to like do shows like as often as someone from down south more, because like we do it like once a week, and that's like, wow, this month we had a show every week. Down is like, they do sometimes 4 shows in one night, right? So it's like, I've been in it for 7 years, but it's like I've been in it for 2 years. It's like dog years. It's
yeah,
like,
oh
you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like in Sudbury,
That's always my favorite thing.
Are we gonna start the next one?
Yes, we're gonna.
That's over half done.
We're gonna jump into our next joint, which is also from Cannabis Connection. This is Deaf Bubba.
Well, I've had that before.
It seems a very popular
Those
strain.
sativas, eh, bud? Come on.
Well, the next one's got a little bit of everything. Our next question is a question we ask almost everybody.
Yeah.
Or a version of this. What was your first time getting really high? And what'd you smoke? And what'd you do?
Well, I tried weed like a bunch of times in high school, but it was always shitty weed.
I feel up north just didn't have it.
Spanish.
Good oil, good hash.
But I never smoked cigarettes. They always did the tobacco. I didn't want none of that. You know what I mean? Yeah, no. Everyone who had Oilers was a big thing. Yeah, I didn't. Back when I smoked
Oilers.
Oilers. Yeah, I never really smoked tobacco, so that was not my thing. But people who that just enjoy it. Shitty outdoor weed all the time, or like shitty indoor weed. It'd be like a couple people around. No one imported it. Shitty locals growing in their garage or outdoor fucking operate garbage, you know. But so I didn't even get stoned until like I was in my early 20s, like several years into university. You know, I was out with Toronto. Oh, this is some real good stuff. And we would go out. The ADVL kids would make igloos as part of their projects there because Laurentian keep funding it. Those programs are essential. Don't let people lose the Quincy knowledge in Northern Ontario.
Northern education is important.
Yeah, so they would do little like fucking ice huts in Quincy's, and we'd go stay in there. That's where the stoners would go get stoned, and you know I would just go to make sure no one overdosed or nothing at first. But then I got coerced into it. But that was good. So I just think I had shit weed for my entire life, and then like it was never really my thing. I was like I actually was like in chemistry. You can't do that. Stone the next day. It's too hard. It's too complicated.
Yeah.
Brain fog is real. Like you gotta be sharp for that shit.
I call it stone over.
Yeah. So I never really like. I was a very very occasional smoker when I was in school because it was too. Fuck it. I couldn't. Yeah. Like and I do chemistry over every single day of my life. It was hard. Yeah. So I didn't really smoke that much weed when I was younger. But it's nice to go to bed or something now, and you don't have to worry about whatever.
So you finally had that good first experience. It clearly took hold.
Yeah, we would just get high in an igloo, and that was kind of fun. 'Cause it'd be like a little venture there, and walk back and just watch some movies or something in the university, whatever. It was fun. I'm getting pale, I'm getting pasty. And my wife, she's looking tasty. Now I'm not gonna lie, she's gonna die. I'm just gonna light this up.
Yeah, our next one is Moon Rocks, Canada.
Through, yeah, I can see it leaking through.
Come on. It always gets stuck inside there. I pre-banged yours out to make sure this was easy and didn't think to do mine.
It's a ketchup bottle.
So yeah, these are Moon Rocks. These are flavored caramel.
Oh wow, yeah, like the paper, because I just licked it. It's like, maybe that's just leaking through.
Oh, that's leaking through.
Yeah, that's good.
Many people carry these, but these ones came from Chronic Connection tonight.
Very sweet.
Help us out.
Yeah.
This is your first Moon Rock try?
Oh yeah. You don't get those up there.
So, now you have, first thing I ask after the fourth, during the fourth is, 1 to 10, where are you at?
Yeah, I don't get I don't get the stone very often. There's no reason to. You know what I mean? Like,
except for just the pure, this is entertainment.
There is no reason for me to be, like, I feel, okay, once a year, once every 2 years, I'll hit, like, a bomb. But that's for 5 minutes, you're that stone, or 10. This is pretty fucking stone.
And we've got only 2 more things to go.
Well, why would I ever smoke that much in one go? Like, I'll roll, if there's a normal size joint, like I said, 0.8, 0.9 grams, and I'm not gonna fucking save that and go to smoke it till it's done and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But like, why would you smoke 3?
So now that you're once a year this stoned, if you were walking out of here right
more
now,
stoned than a blunt.
if you were walking out of here right now to walk into a club to film your first comedy special, what would it be called?
It'd be slow motion. I don't know. I would feel very ripped off. Not ripped off, like as the audience, I feel very sorry for them. It wouldn't be worth it. I would hope it's a free show. But I don't think I'd be worried for time. I think it'd be long, drawn out. Maybe it'd be good for like putting people to sleep. Maybe I'd get a lot of hits on YouTube for like putting people to sleep. They explain at bedtime. Yeah.
Real Mitch Hedberg set.
Yeah, but less clever and less. I don't maybe it's not. We'll see. No.
And what do you think about the Moon Rock joint?
It tastes very good, but oh man, is it? It's a lot. Yeah. A little bit of porchetta bingo calling. That's the best paying gig in Sudbury, by the way. So I'm like the backup caller of the B porchetta scene in Sudbury.
Okay. So, but then this one, you win meat. Like, you find out that's so funny. It's just the fact that it's a gigantic bingo of meat.
Yeah.
Is all the comedy you need in that situation outside of Sudbury. So we always, we can't say the last dab because they use that in another TV show. So we've been using other words like posthumous dab or, so yeah, well, this was what we call our posthumous dab. So earlier you said you only get this high a couple times a year. Where at 1 to 10 are you now?
I think I genuinely feel like I'm on a lot of gummies actually. Like, I think that's how like much it's infiltrated my body. I think.
Fantastic.
This is yeah.
Sorry. There you go.
Oh yeah, I'm probably
You're right at the edge.
Yeah.
No, you're still in frame. You're
Oh
right
god,
at the edge.
I'm all over the place. Yeah.
Well, with our final dab through,
You
we really appreciate you coming out. We're gonna have you back out here at some point, especially with our comedy show coming. Yeah, anything you want to shout out before we say goodbye?
Be like, yeah, just go. And it's like, instead of supporting MLM pyramid scheme like fucking Sensi bullshit or something, support someone that's trying to do some creative things. Like most musicians and comedians, like comedians are in it to make people laugh. They want people to have a good time. Usually musicians go and you have no jurisdiction here. Like, we're doing jokes.
I think you and I know a couple islands we could pull this off on.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for tuning in again, guys. We'll be back next week with new guests and another episode, and have a good day.